Season 19 of Sister Wives just wrapped up with that explosive four-part tell-all special, and let me tell you, the aftermath is wild. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking, and I mean everyone in the reality TV community is buzzing about this. Kody Brown wants to flee the country. Yes, you heard that right. The man who built his entire brand around this plural marriage lifestyle is now planning his great escape to Europe. But wait, it gets so much worse than you think. Let me paint you the picture here, because this is honestly giving me secondhand embarrassment for the entire Brown clan. We've got Meri, Janelle, and Christine, all three of his ex-wives, who have completely moved on with their lives. They're thriving, they're happy, they're living their best lives without this man. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn are sitting there, bitter as expired milk, complaining about how everything fell apart. But here's where it gets absolutely ridiculous. During the January 5th episode, and guys, I watched this with my jaw literally on the floor, Kody sits there in his confessional talking about how he's getting this itch to get away from all the negative energy. And ITCH. Like he's talking about moving across the world like it's some casual weekend trip to Vegas. The audacity of this man never ceases to amaze me. Drop a comment below if you think Kody has completely lost touch with reality, because I honestly can't even wrap my head around his logic here. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, his children. This man has 18 kids. 18. Some are still in college, some are still in grade school, and this guy is sitting there talking about how he needs to prioritize his own well-being over everything else. I'm sorry, but what? This isn't the first time we've seen Kody pull this disappearing act either. Anyone who's been following Sister Wives from the beginning knows this is his signature move. When Christine started questioning things, he distanced himself. When Janelle stood up for herself, same thing. When his older kids expressed hurt about his favoritism, boom, gone. It's like watching a grown man throw the world's longest temper tantrum, except it's affecting real people with real feelings. And honestly, it's getting harder and harder to watch without wanting to shake some sense into him. But wait, there's more to this European escape fantasy that makes absolutely no sense when you actually think about it logically. First off, and this is where I had to pause the episode and Google this myself, polygamy is illegal in most European countries. Like, completely illegal. So if Kody and Robyn are thinking they can somehow rebuild their plural marriage empire across the pond, they're in for a rude awakening. Plus, didn't they just drop $2.10 million on that house in Flagstaff? That's not exactly pocket change you can just walk away from. But knowing Kody's track record with impulsive decisions, he probably hasn't even thought about the financial implications of this grand plan. Let me know in the comments if you think this whole Europe thing is just another one of his empty threats, because honestly, it sounds like desperation to me. The thing that really gets me fired up about this whole situation is how it affects the kids who are still trying to maintain some kind of relationship with their father. During Garrison's memorial service, and this part absolutely broke my heart, Kody had nobody to grieve with except Robyn because he'd pushed everyone else so far away. While Janelle and Christine were there supporting each other and their children through this devastating loss, Kody was clinging to these superficial similarities he claimed to have with Garrison. But the reality? He was never really present to build those memories in the first place. That's the part that makes me the angriest about this whole situation. It's one thing to mess up your marriages. Adults can handle that, they can move on, they can rebuild. But when you're actively choosing to abandon relationships with your children because your ego is too fragile to admit you were wrong, that's where I draw the line. If you're feeling as frustrated as I am right now, smash that like button and let me know in the comments what you think Kody should do to fix these relationships, if they can even be fixed at this point. The pattern is so clear when you look at it objectively. Kody creates conflict, people react to his behavior, and instead of taking accountability, he runs away. Whether it's physically moving locations or emotionally checking out, his solution is always the same: avoid, avoid, avoid. And here's what really kills me about this European escape plan. He's essentially saying that seeing his ex-wives and dealing with the consequences of his actions is too much for him to handle. He literally said, "I want to get away from this where I can't see it or be bombarded by it or feel it anymore." That's not healing, that's not growth. That's just running away from your problems with extra steps. Robyn seems to be completely on board with this plan too, which honestly doesn't surprise me at all. She's been his enabler throughout this entire process, never once encouraging him to take responsibility or make amends with his other children. It's like they're living in this alternate reality where they're the victims in all of this, where everyone else is the problem, and they're just innocent bystanders in the destruction of this family. But here's the truth that Kody doesn't want to face. You can't outrun your reputation. You can't move to another continent and pretend like you didn't abandon your responsibilities. The internet exists, social media exists, and his children will always know what he chose. Speaking of his children, let's talk about the impact this is having on them. These kids are watching their father prioritize his new life with Robyn over any attempt to repair the damage he's caused. Some of them are still minors. They're still developing their understanding of what healthy relationships look like, and this is the example they're getting. The most frustrating part about watching this unfold is that it didn't have to be this way. If Kody had just been willing to acknowledge his mistakes, to actually listen to his wife's concerns instead of dismissing them, to treat all his children equally instead of showing obvious favoritism, this family could have stayed together. But instead, he chose his pride over his family. He chose being right over being connected. And now he's choosing geographical distance over doing the hard work of repairing relationships. What do you think? Is there any coming back from this level of family dysfunction? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I genuinely want to hear what you all think about this mess. The thing is, moving to Europe isn't going to fix the fundamental issues that caused this family to implode. Kody's inability to take criticism, his favoritism, his emotional immaturity, none of that changes based on your zip code. If anything, putting an ocean between himself and his older children is just going to make those relationships even more impossible to repair. And let's be real, at some point, those kids are going to stop trying altogether. I keep thinking about what this means for the future of Sister Wives as a show too. I mean, if the main guy literally moves to another continent, what's left to film? Robyn homeschooling her kids in some European suburb while Kody complains about American culture? That doesn't exactly sound like compelling television to me. But then again, TLC has surprised us before with what they're willing to put on air. Before I wrap this up, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is all just talk, or do you actually believe Kody will follow through with this European move? Because honestly, his track record with big announcements isn't exactly stellar. Remember when he was going to build that big house on Coyote Pass? Remember when he was going to fix all the family relationships? Remember when he promised he was going to be a better father? Yeah, me too. So while part of me thinks this Europe thing is just another one of his dramatic declarations that will never actually happen, another part of me wonders if this might be exactly the kind of impulsive decision he would actually follow through with. Either way, the damage to his relationships with his older children is already done. Whether he's in Flagstaff or Frankfurt, those kids know where they stand in his priorities. And that, more than anything else, is the real tragedy of this whole situation. All right, beautiful viewers, that's all the tea I have for you today. Make sure you hit that like button if this video got you as fired up as it got me. Subscribe for more reality TV drama coverage, and definitely drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Kody will actually move to Europe? Do you think there's any hope for these family relationships? Let me know everything you're thinking, because I love reading your comments and I respond to as many as I can. I'll see you in the next video with more drama, more tea, and probably more reasons to question reality TV families' decision-making skills. Until then, stay gorgeous and keep watching the drama so I don't have to suffer through it alone. Bye, loves.